This is Formula One 2024 Part 2. In a season of upended expectations, we now require some answers. Can McLaren win the Constructors' Championship for the first time this century? Are Mercedes truly resurgent? And can anyone get near Max Verstappen in the quest to crown the champion driver of the world? Today, a partisan crowd are creating one of the atmospheres of the season. This is the Dutch Grand Prix. Here's the circuit, 4.2 kilometres, 2.6 miles. We have 72 laps on the board around these 14 turns. There's not much in the way of elevation, but it's undulating all the way. We've got bank corners. We've got great overtaking opportunities on the inside, on the outside of Tarzan Corner, turn number 1. It's the C3, the C2 and the C1 tyre, the soft, the medium and the hard for the drivers to use this weekend. The combination in which you utilise those tyres is going to be key to who scores the major points of the weekend. Well, it is a stunning venue for Formula One, and we've got a really intriguing grid. Kevin Magnussen changed power unit components. He will start from the pit lane. Alex Albon disqualified from qualifying because his floor was too wide outside the parameters. Logan Sargent had a massive crash in FP3. He didn't even take part in the qualifying hour. Williams have modified that floor. It is now, they believe, within the regulations. Then you have Zhou Guanyu in 17th, Valtteri Bottas in 16th, and then Esteban Ocon is 15th on the grid. Lewis Hamilton has a 3-place penalty after impeding Sergio Perez. He has won a Grand Prix from 14th on the grid before, though. Then you have Daniel Ricciardo ahead of him. It's Hülkenberg and Tsunoda who are 12th and 11th into the top 10 with Carlos Sainz, who is Williams bound. He is next to Pierre Gasly, who was on the podium here last year. It is an all Aston Martin row 4 with Stroll next to Alonso, and then Charles Leclerc, he's in 6th place, but he's 9/10 of a second off the pace of pole position. Sergio Perez, back-to-back races in qualifying trim for him in the top 5. George Russell believes his race pace will be better than qualifying. Oscar Piastri was not happy with the lap that he put together on the second run. Max Verstappen took provisional pole, but for the first time ever since the Dutch Grand Prix returned, it is a new pole sitter. It is, say hello to Lando Norris. Here comes the green flag at the back. We go racing in Zandvoort in 5, lights, time. And the Dutch Grand Prix is underway. It's a poor start for Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen takes the lead. Once again, Norris has not found the launch he was looking for, and the home hero hits the front of the field. George Russell is up to 3rd position.
Yeah, well, it's the worst case scenario for Lando Norris there, and also George Russell licking his chops because I think that Oscar must have got boxed in, and he's taken advantage of that.
So, lights go out. Norris's reaction is good, but he just goes nowhere.
Round the outside for Carlos Sainz, places the Ferrari well, gets past 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso. Gasly's going to fight this one around the outside. Tough moment on the apex. Gasly keeps his foot in the Alpine, and Sainz gets ahead. Another position gained. He moves up to 7th. Hamilton to the inside. Can he get to the apex first? He can. Second Aston Martin cleared. Hamilton slicing his way through the field nicely.
Yeah, my tyres are just numb. They don't move. Yep, copy that, man.
Now he's having to defend into turn 1.
It is very close. On board with Lando Norris. He's getting to the apex first. He's moving ahead. And all of the damage done at the start of the Grand Prix is forgotten now because Lando Norris takes the lead. Oh, here's an opportunity. We've got overtakes everywhere you look, including around the outside to take the place for Oscar Piastri, who says goodbye to George Russell. Can I interest you in cars absolutely everywhere? Look at this, a total brawl on the main straight. 3 wide into Tarzan Corner will not work. Gasly goes to 10th. Albon's in 11th. Alonso in 12th position. That's Albon, that's Gasly, that's Fernando Alonso. 3 wide into turn 1, quite a view. And through goes Lance Stroll as well.
It's just dangerous. Like, really dangerous.
Alonso has an easy pass on Alex Albon.
On the brakes into turn number 1, and Carlos Sainz trying to fight his way by. He's done so. As he got past Perez, he has, and he's taken 6th position. A massive difference in grip here between these two cars, and Pierre Gasly knew it to roar around the outside and take 9th position. Fernando Alonso getting past Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg trying to hang on to the point here, trying to go to 23 points of the season. Lando said before today that he hadn't been driving like a world champion, but he has regrouped. And today, at the house that Max rebuilt, the winner's orange once again, but this time he's driving a McLaren for the second time in Formula One. Lando Norris wins. Lando Norris wins the Dutch Grand Prix.
Simply lovely, huh? Well done.
You did just sneak it in there as well. Fastest lap there.
Thank you. Well done, boys. Incredible.
Traditional celebration for Lando Norris. It wasn't the start that he wanted to the Grand Prix. He was forced to study the rear wing of the Red Bull for 17 long laps, but when he hit the front, it looked like no one had the answer to him. And by the end of the Grand Prix, when he was taking the bonus point for fastest lap on the 72nd and last tour, it was clear that that updated McLaren in clear air is an absolute rocket ship.
I knew beating Max would be a tough task today, but the car was amazing. The car felt incredible out there, and I had a lot of confidence. I could push pretty much throughout the whole race. It's incredible to remind ourselves of where we were and what we're able to achieve now. You know, getting lapped by Red Bulls most races to beating them by 20-something seconds today. It just shows the work that we've been putting in.
I mean, it was just very difficult also in the race to get the most out of it. Yeah, it was not the best balance. Of course, we tried everything we could. We had a good start, but I think it was quite clear early on that I couldn't keep Lando behind. So as soon as he passed me, I just focused on my own race and tried to bring it to the end. Of course, it got a bit close behind me towards the end, but we have a bit of work to do.
I did not expect it. I think perfect weekend qualifying. We maximized everything. Today we had very low expectations. P6, P7 was the thing we were targeting. We thought that would be the best. P3, as much as it's great, I'm really happy about today, but at the same time, we need to address that race just like we do when we have a bad surprise. We've had a very good surprise, but we need to understand why. And in order to reproduce these kind of performances more often.
Obviously the start was pretty poor for both of us, so something to review there I think as a team. And then I just couldn't really make the progress that I needed. I just got stuck in the dirty air, and from that point onwards it was a pretty painful afternoon, so definitely some things to look at.
It was a bit of a surprise for me, I'm not gonna lie. Our best predictions of our damage limitation today was P7, P8, so to actually make it to P5 is a better than expected. I would have never expected to be able to pass a Red Bull and a Mercedes in a track like this, but it's true that our pace today was really, really strong. I felt very at home in the car since the laps to the grid, and I immediately saw that we might have a chance to make a bit of a comeback, so yeah, I enjoyed that.